Motor is the basic part of robotics. This is the L293 motor driver. This motor driver can run two DC motor at a time. Dot on the chip indicating the pin number 1. Normally Arduino cannot run any DC motor because of the large amount of the current consumption of DC motor. So we required the driver and we are using one of them. This is the hardware setup for driver. Pin number 1 is enabled, 2 is first input from Arduino, 3 is connection to the motor's first terminal. Number 4 and 5 are ground. Pin number 6 is for the second terminal of motor. Pin number 7 is the second input from Arduino. 8 and 9 are the VCC. Rest of the part is for the second motor, which we are not connecting right now. We can connect the small DC motor directly to the Arduino. We will see it later. Hi friends, welcome again. Let's see the programming part first. We are looking at the basic functions of robotics, in which we are going to see the analog write and analog read. Pin number 9 we are connecting to the enable pin of motor driver. 7 and 4 of Arduino we are connecting to the input pin for the single motor. That is pin number 2 and 7 of motor driver. We are using A0 pin of Arduino as analog input. So we are declaring the variable speed. In this variable we are storing the analog value we are getting from A0. All the constant we have declared are output except A0. According to that we are declaring the output into the white setup. By default A0 is input, so there is no need to declare any pin mode for this pin. Between two motor ends, one has to make high and other one should make low. To control the speed of the motor, enable pin must be high. We are making this by using digital write function. Into the loop, analog value given by the potentiometer, we are storing it into the speed variable. Better word we can use, we are reading into the speed variable. Speed value is ranging from 0 to 1023. Variation in speed is happening according to the values we are getting, but these values are limited to 0 to 255. For that we will write analog write function into bracket enable and comma speed. Let's upload this code into Arduino Uno. We can run the motor using timer 1. Both analog write and timer 1 are using PWM function of Arduino. There are dedicated pins for PWM function in Arduino Uno and other development boards. Next we can understand about the PWM function, that 50% duty cycle, when we say that 50% time it is on and 50% it is off, and total 100% we can say the period of the square wave. That is on time plus off time. Here we are initializing the timer at 40 microsecond. When we divide 1 by this 40, we will get the required frequency. In our case, it is 25 kilohertz, which is inversely proportional to the period of square wave. By using the PWM signal, we can reduce the power consumption required for DC motor. We will see the PWM feature in detail and the types of the motors in coming episodes. In our first example, analog write range is from 0 to 255, that is 0 to 5 volt. But in the second example, in timer 1 case, the duty cycle is changing, and according to that the speed of the motor is also changing. Let's upload this code into Arduino Uno. Without the motor, a robot is impossible. The motor is very essential part of the robot. Microcontroller, sensors and motors all together forming a robot. Let's upload this code into Arduino Uno. In this case, when we are rotating the potentiometer, we are changing the duty cycle accordingly, and therefore the motor speed is vary. Thanks for watching.